is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
How is the police going to know that Afenyo-Markin was assaulted by the police officer? It is only through investigation. Imagine it was the police officer who did this. Anketia. Or the 14th to be do. Na kind of furateni ha. I want to go to sana aya enkranfo omubu baby say okay bemi means sanibo edenchemwa. I want to betiase. We need to have an idea of where the investigation is heading and how it's being conducted. Nobody should shield anything. You people should make sure next week these women, they are moved, or else they'll be part of my show. And Mr. President, you will not breathe. The day you people decided not to change Afenyo-Markin, that was the end of you. With Jimmy, nipa kuri wani tiun, nipa kakawure rayano, na agiri nye juma.
Yama munyina kwabe, Boadu TV sunye. Ai, kavitela die yedine cha ibenya hasem. Erade. Na usa Afenyo yeden we tag. That's says what in a parliament. Obisa de say no parliament in Fatano. And I say Yaman who quite no te parliament. And now no or yeden or shame rather magana for. No beauty me in the sabo police in the asum there. I didn't know was a man in parliament. Now IGP so. Becoming tia watch related their coma a speaker say speaker and release no. IGP. Ada Kevin a no. Jemensa, hello. Oda so unkwae. Ena twen na de be o dia. Dia Kevin a no so nya seketwa. Kevin tell her. Kevin say me kan kire MPP fu nyina say mo ko 42 years in opposition. On betra wa che ko mbedo ma che.
Mi busao. 120 days. John Mahama and the NDC, they have led this country. And you hear the NPP every day. Oh, Ediana, John Mahama Bano by Omaye. As an opposition party, there's something that opposition needs to do to make you Ghanaian now or share opposition. Because, okay, I'm looking at opposition. They are showing glimpses. They are showing some little tendencies. Say, if they are given the chance, they can come in and do better. 120 days under the leadership of Afenyo-Markin as the minority leader of the NPP in parliament, under the leadership of this thug, this fool who calls himself a politician, under the leadership of this pedophile protector, under the leadership of this guy who basically thinks he can push everybody under the bus because of politics, under the leadership of this thug, this criminal who slaps police officers, under the leadership of this idiot, what has the NPP in opposition, what have they been able to achieve? And today, I'm going to prove to you why, as a Ghanaian, an opposition party needs to prove itself more than the party in government. Because if it calls itself the alternative, then it needs to do things and say things and act in a way that will make you consider that alternative. And most importantly, when a party is in opposition, the leadership should be the eye. It should be the most important part of that party. And this twerp, this disease of a criminal calling himself a politician, Afenyo-Markin, a leader who basically slaps a police officer in public. I want to ask, under his leadership as the leader of the NPP in parliament, what has the opposition achieved? I will tell you. But before that, I want us to look into this matter of Afenyo-Markin slapping a police officer, the deliberate lies. You see, the NPP as a political party, they are still thinking, say, Ghana for Jimmy. They are still thinking, say, we Ghanaians, we still don't understand the Omoye any atro. You see these people, from the day Omote party, every single thing Kwame Nkrumah ye Omo Daneno. Every single thing JJ Rollins Babe ye Omo Daneno. Every single thing at a meal cinema Mahama buy omudaneno. Every single thing Mahama buy omudaneno. Every single thing Mahama yen in the omudaneno. It's a party that is enshrined. A party a atro and a they don't care. You can catch them holding a knife, stabbing another human being. They will tell you, say, that knife was a carrot. And I know these people. These are people who kill. They smile about it. These are people who murdered JB Dankwa. They never mentioned his name for 8 years on any platform. These are people who deliberately poisoned John Kuma. They did it. To date, they have not even mentioned John Kuma's name again. These are people who send party boys to go to Ayawasu to brutalize Ghanaians. These are people who put thugs, criminals, murderers in military and police uniforms and tell them to go and kill civilians because they want power. This is a political party that is enshrined. This is a political party that believes in killing, destroying, and lying. So NPP, Asamoba, now I'm part of the story. You need to take a step back and watch this group of thugs. Watch this group of rapists, disease of political incarnates. Watch these people who never speak the truth. Listen to them carefully. You will see, say, it's a party that is not ready. That is not ready to respect the intelligence of Ghanaians. And a typical example is this social vice. This wayward, diabolical character filled with poisonous intentions. This filthy political bandits. This misguided, hopeless, senseless, criminal-minded political insects. Afenyo-Markin. These are the people who are leading the NPP today. Now, this is a man who has stolen Winnie Bafuasa for 99 years. Kasongo 99. Don't get it twisted. Now, Asama Abedawa, yenyina yehu video evidence. You and I, we have watched the video several times. You and I, we have taken our time to analyze the video. No? Now, Andra Asam Baye, no? The Ghana Police Service led by the IGP and then the CID office, they released a statement. And you know one interesting thing? In the statement, now Ghana Police, a release, you know, they made some astonishing statement. Oh, sorry. They made some a statement that basically exposes the NPP. That statement was very technical, and that statement was very critical. That statement, the Ghana Police Service, a release, you know, so we are very intelligent now. Even from the CID boss, Nenum on Wankaseka, and that statement they issued that you could see, say, the Ghana Police Service, the CID department, they took their time to put that statement out. Say, Afenyo-Markin, he needs to be investigated when it comes to assaulting a police officer. Now, you see, the NPP have a way of lying. It does not matter who you are. The moment you join the NPP, you become a devil. And the devil is a liar. And this guy called Richard Ahiagba, the communications director, he was the first person to come to Joy FM after they assaulted the police officer to lie about what happened. Now, after they assaulted the police officer, now you're by inside Ghana for no cre about what they have done. No? They quickly released a statement because the police had released a statement. Andra said, Afenyo-Markin, the Parliament of Ghana, the speaker should give the police the right to arrest him to come assist in investigations. They quickly came out with an explanation. Now, Mamencha Adebi, what was this statement from the Ghana Police Service? Where read this statement now? So, who read this statement here? Miria Mesabo, the CID boss. She spoke on this matter when she had a press conference. Miria Mechra Adebi. I say, police invite Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin to assist investigation into viral demonstration video. Now, where the The Ghana Police Service has reviewed TA. Anytime I say MPP for Afenyo is a crazy man. The people who are defending Afenyo-Markin on TV and on radio, they are foolish. The Ghana Police Service has reviewed several video footages. So the statement coming from the Ghana Police Service, they were not looking, or they didn't look at the video from one angle. Remember, every demonstration the Ghana Police Service, they send their cameras there. So apart from independent or private bloggers or news outlets capturing the event, the Ghana Police Service itself captures the event because sometimes they need those things to back their claim when they have to prosecute or they have to make a case. So when you read their message very well, they said the Ghana Police Service has reviewed several video footages on an alleged assault on a police officer by Alexander Afenyo-Markin during the just ended demonstration. The Ghana Police Service has reviewed several. They have reviewed several videos, meaning it wasn't just one footage. They have seen different footages. So that is what influenced the Ghana Police Service to issue a statement that they need Afenyo-Markin to come to help or to assist in investigations. The Ghana Police Service did not just look at one angle to come to a conclusion that Afenyo-Markin, the thug, should be brought in to help in investigations. The Ghana Police Service reviewed several videos. And when they reviewed several videos, they came to that conclusion that Afenyo-Markin has committed an offense, and that is assault. You get their statement well. Now, when you go to the second paragraph, this is what it says. Following the review, the service has written to the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament requesting the release of Alexander Afenyo-Markin to assist ongoing investigation into the alleged incident. The officer in question will also be assisting in investigations. So the investigation. So you can clearly see, the police were being very open-minded here. The police did not say we saw one video that Kevin Taylor showed on his show and that video concludes the matter. The police said they have reviewed several videos. So when you sit on TV or on radio to speak in favor of Afenyo-Markin and you say you don't understand why the police will look at the footage and call Afenyo-Markin or release a statement, then because there should be a basis for the police to say now we are satisfied. We believe that we have a case and that we need to call the member of parliament who leads the 88 pigs. If the police were not sure that the action or the act was committed, the police wouldn't put in writing to the Honourable Speaker of Parliament to release that dog to come and assist in investigation. How is the police going to know that Afenyo-Markin was assaulted by the police officer? It is only through investigations. So as much as you want Afenyo-Markin to be heard, I think if you are rational and intelligent enough and not a fool, you also expect that the police officer who was working to protect you dogs also needs to be listened or to be heard. So why is it that you believe you have a case, but the Ghana Police Service, they don't have a case? This twerp, this Volta Bed was talking about basic checks. The police said in their statement, they have reviewed several videos. Any fool that spends its tongue, I'm not saying his tongue, any fool that spends its tongue thinking that they have a stupid accent, they sometimes think they are intelligent. The police, did you read the Ghana Police Service, their statement? What is basic checks? And they foolishly speak without understanding it, because part no di anymore and train it also Jimmy into Ahiagba. I'm just what to brofo, but Ahiagba is just a fool who just speaks without thinking. What is basic checks? The police said they have reviewed several videos. That is beyond basic checks. So when you sit there, come sit on TV, when you sambram Jimmy the police just have paper, so they are writing. They are defending the action of Afenyo-Markin. And you know, the most despicable thing about this whole thing, so what ye sanko fowe defense omodema Afenyo-Markin. Afenyo-Markin Nankasa came out after the police released a statement to say he's a thug, he's a criminal, he's a thief, he's an assault. You see, he assaulted a police officer. Afenyo-Markin actually assaulted a police officer. In the history of the Republic of Ghana, this is the first time the internet has captured a minority leader assault a police officer. Do you know that? Even basic AI, when you ask AI about assault, police officer that has been assaulted, a police officer who was assaulted in Ghana during a demonstration or whatever, the first thing that comes out is Afenyo-Markin, the minority leader of the NPP. When you read about misdemeanor, the offense Afenyo-Markin committee, the slapping of the police officer, when you even go on the internet, technology, in Ghana, assaulting police officer is a serious offense. And members of parliament are not exempt from legal consequences. Now, this is AI. When you put it in there, Afenyo-Markin till we die will be seen as a minority leader who assaulted a police officer. This thing is going to be on this fool till he dies. You think it's a joke? This is the guy who is leading your party. Now, when you move on, it says this. The punishment for such an act will typically fall under Criminal Offence Act 1960, Act 29, which outlines penalties for assault and obstruction of law enforcement. Now, when you keep asking AI, this is what AI says. For an MP, the legal process will involve, listen, criminal charges. The MP could be charged with assault, which may lead to fines or imprisonment. Afenyo-Markin police no born assume no Ghana mrache say ye betuma charge no emane tua sika anase betumi da to efiase. Afenyo-Markin is a criminal. Now, parliamentary inquiry. Parliament may conduct an internal investigation, potentially leading to disciplinary action. Parliament so internally omubetumi ebie investigations leading to Afenyo-Markin ebetumi do point because ebetumi yinefi parliament. This is the leader of the NPP in parliament. This is the guy who makes laws, a thug who makes laws. And we sit here and we defend a thug like Afenyo-Markin. When you keep reading, this is what it says. Police investigation. The Ghana Police Service would investigate the incident and determine whether prosecution is necessary. Police want also make investigations. So my investigation, no one say this falls under this, under this, under that. He should be charged with this or that. Then the police can go on with prosecution. So it's up to the Ghana Police Service. Now, so AI or and the internet, has captured Afenyo-Markin as the minority leader in the history of Ghana who has slapped a police officer, a thug, leading group of thugs, wanting us to listen to them. Recently, minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin was involved in an altercation with a police officer during the Save the Judiciary protest. The police have invited him for questioning regarding the incident. The internet has captured that a political party that wants to come to power, the leader of that political party in parliament, today is being seen. The police is waiting for him. He's known to be a thug who goes out to attack police officers. This is not a joke. It is on record. And this is going to follow Afenyo-Markin till he dies. Since I see so, me who member of parliament watching in Sabo police in Yasumuda. Afenyo-Markin kwana me who be TV so. Since the same see so, since the say you take Ghana, me who member of parliament or say minority leader or Gina Bedroom not weighing inside the ship police in Yasum. This is the party that you people want us to tell Ghanaians to vote for. Have the police officer twice. Now, my mention idea be we have decided to make a slow motion of this video. The intent, the intentions, and So we share the slow motion version of this video. You can see clearly say Afenyo-Markin is a madman. And the NPP want us to treat this as some trivial matter. This is a minority leader in public, on national television, on BBC, on CNN, on Al Jazeera, slapping a police officer in uniform twice in front of the Flagstaff House.
To be a peace-loving Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, indeed, his calm approach in addressing media issues was what endeared him to the heart of Ghanaians. So without doubt, I may disagree with him, but I know he's a peace-loving Ghanaian. At Jubilee House, maybe he may be too busy to read the newspapers or to watch the news. But
this is the kind of foolishness he exhibits in Parliament. So he knows the law. He was calling on the president to take action. He was calling on the right agencies to take action. But somebody will say, oh, now say Afenyo-Markin or your NPP ni. I expect the NPP today as a political party. Now, I'm talking to the NPP leadership. I'm talking to the 88 pigs in Parliament. I am talking to the so-called Council of Elders in the NPP. You want Ghanaians to watch this and vote for the NPP? If you guys condone this act that I have shown to the world, if you people are going to sit there and say this is okay, then none of you guys deserve our attention from today. Now we know the party is a party of thugs. Oh, so Afenyo-Markin, yes, the party itself, they have decided not to speak because it's a party that condones murder. It's a party that is filled with thugs. Michael Kwe, Ekufuado, those leaders, Hakmado Uswajiman, the people, J.A. Kufuor and the rest, you see they are quiet because this is what the party represents. This is what the party represents. Are you not ashamed to be a part of the NPP and the NPP that has a minority leader who is a thug, who is a foolish thug? This is not just an embarrassment to the NPP. This is an embarrassment to Ghana Parliament. And I'm speaking to Speaker of Parliament. Are you going to allow this filthy riffraff to stand in front of your Parliament to make laws? Who is going to respect the Parliament of Ghana? Who in their right senses will sit and say, let me respect the Parliament of Ghana? Because the records are showing, technology has shown around the world that you have a member of Parliament who is a minority leader who went out to attack a police officer in uniform. This shouldn't be taken as a joke. Mami and this idea will grow. The party itself should purge itself from this guy. The NPP should be thinking about getting a better leader in Parliament to lead the NPP, because from today, a fool will not even respect the NPP minority in Parliament. No fool. Is this guy going to come back and sit in Parliament and tell me, Kevin, or tell you Ghanaian to respect him? Is this fool going to come back to Parliament and tell Ghanaians that I am an honorable man and that what I say you should listen? Is this fool Afenyo-Markin, this twerp, this idiot, is this fool going to come back to Parliament and tell Ghanaians that he is an honorable man and that the decision he is making, the things he is talking about, they are things that we need to absorb and use to govern this nation? That is why I'm saying this is not just something that affects MPP Nkwao. Where are they affected Parliament? Where are they affected Parliament? Parliament is an arm of government. It's one arm of government. Kwasi Ampenyi will go Supreme Court. I didn't go Supreme Court because of see, Parliament here one arm of government, and nobody is supposed to do what? Intimidate. Nobody is supposed to disgrace. Nobody is supposed to try and belittle Parliament. This fool. Ochina Parliament biya into more MPP for. You expect Afenyo-Markin to rise up and talk to Yani Ghana for said yen. Because a whole political party, you are condoning this nonsense. You expect this guy to come and lead you. And you expect we Ghanaians to respect you. And you, Ekufuado, you, Hakmado Uswajiman, you, somebody called Michael Kwe, you, these elders in the party, a party in opposition, you expect rational Ghanaians who are still angry to do what? To listen to your parliamentarians, to listen to Afenyo-Markin and make a decision. Now, the question to the MPP is simple. Afenyo-Markin ebe lead mu for 120 days as a minority leader. A dear partner MPP as minority, what have you achieved under this dog? I am asking you people. Now I'm saying I'm ready an hour ago. Now I'm ready the achievement of John Mahama after 120 days in office. Me busamo MPP for me show a video that will be on record for years. The question is, Akwa be MPP minority leader. We are basically in 4 months. What are his achievements? What are his achievements? Because today, everything about Afenyo-Markin, Ghana history, politics about Afenyo-Markin say he's the first minority leader, a politician from the MPP who stood in public and slapped a uniformed police officer. Hey, this is not a joke. This basically brings the party into a shithole. And anytime people say, for 4 months and minority, no, what has he achieved for you people? Now let's go into Afenyo-Markin's 120 days. Afenyo-Markin's 120 days. The reason why we are here today, the reason why we're telling the MPP say, if you don't change this guy, if you don't make sure this fool is taken away from your front, the NPP can never be attractive to Ghanaians again. And I know, because the NPP is filled with animals, with people who don't think, with people who think Ghanaians are stupid. But this guy, it basically sums up the last 4 months amuko opposition. Police in Afenyo-Markin after 120 days. These are the sins of Afenyo-Markin. This is a party that wants to come to power. This is a party that want Ghanaians to see, say, they have rebranded themselves. This is a party that Ghanaians want Ghanaians to believe, say, they are a party with intelligent people who are humble, who respect the rule of law. This is Afenyo-Markin will lead a party in opposition. The question here is, a day in Afenyo-Markin in the past 4 months, or leading the MPP in opposition, what has he done? And Afenyo-Markin as the leader of the MPP in parliament, a lawmaker, a minority leader, is that he has slapped a police officer on duty. These are the sins of Afenyo-Markin. And we will never forget this. These sins are not going anywhere. And MPP, let me tell you people, someone will say simpler. This is the beginning of your party. This party will collapse because you have allowed a fool to lead this party. Yeah? Afenyo's sins only made the MPP look bad before reasonable Ghanaians. Now, since Afenyo-Markin was made the majority leader by Boadu, a position he clearly didn't deserve, according to a former leader, Oseche Mensah-Bonsu. He has always wanted everything to be about him and not the party or its progress. He wants to make news and always be in the news for his personal image, enhancement, and not the growth of the party. These are facts. Since somebody Afenyo-Markin as a minority leader, a thug who is slapping uniformed police officers, he has always made everything about himself. That is why every single day this party keeps going down the shithole. But because Afenyo-Markin became the majority leader in 2024 because it was Akufo-Addo's idea, not because Akufo-Addo was looking for somebody who was competent, or not because Afenyo was competent to lead. They knew Afenyo psychologically wasn't matured enough to lead a group of men and women. But because Akufo-Addo, because of his selfish interest, no against the MPP for Jimmy, so he needed Afenyo-Markin to come do dirty job for him. So the guy is not cut for the job. And since he became the minority leader, it has always been about him. It has always been about what he wants. It has always been about his foolishness. It has always been about disgracing and running the party down. Anytime people say MPP say, "Mo party no," for you people to be comfortable with Afenyo-Markin, who slaps a police officer in public as the minority leader, mo party no, mo expect to say Ghana for, you better not say Ghana for tomamo. Penyini party no mubiem. Now let me show you the sins, the 120-day sins of Afenyo-Markin since he became your minority leader. Now, Afenyo-Markin. Afenyo-Markin moves to Supreme Court. And these are some of the things that Ghana for bufu. The reason why Ghana for don't want to abanity MPP in 2024 was these actions are Afenyo-Markin take here. Because you see, at a point, Afenyo-Markin was underestimating Parliament. And it's a analyze here. The actions of Afenyo-Markin, the latter part of Moraine, he is the person who cost you more. Afenyo-Markin moves to the Supreme Court to restrain the Speaker from declaring independent seat vacant in October 2024. Sa action Afenyo-Markin eteki, it basically made a lot of Ghanaians angry. Their anger towards the party swelled. It became bigger. You know why? Because Afenyo-Markin, at the end of the day, the same parliament that made him a human being, he wanted to do what? Denigrate the parliament. He wanted to take the power of the parliament and then to give to the Supreme Court. Now, this action angered the court of public opinion against the NPP, even though this instance wasn't part of the petition for the removal of the CJ from office. This instance by Afenyo-Markin made Parliament look weak with no power, and such a move only infuriated reasonable Ghanaians to vote massively against the NPP. When Afenyo-Markin took that decision, make sure Afenyo-Markin, since he became opposition, from majority leader to opposition leader, this is what Afenyo-Markin has done to you people. So that decision no take here, no. What he did, time or day, Parliament, echo Supreme Court, no. What he did was that he made Parliament look weak. Parliament that is part of. Parliament now, Okahono. We had few months to elections. Afenyo-Markin deliberately decided to disrespect Parliament, to make Parliament weak. It made reasonable Ghanaians angry. Because one, the people were already angry with the government. How can you, as the majority leader then, decide to take the power of Parliament to make Parliament look weak, to make your party and yourself look bigger? Because even in the party, Afenyo-Markin saw himself say he was what? He was bigger than the NPP. Now, what made people so angry was when Afenyo-Markin took that case to Parliament, to Supreme Court, it took the Chief Justice less than 48 hours to make sure she constituted a panel to sit on the case. So everybody was like, the perception that people had that the Supreme Court, led by Tokonu, she was flirting with Afenyo-Markin, that action actually put the ice on the cake. And some Ghanaians who were not even thinking of voting against the NPP now were convinced that if we don't do something, the NPP will run this country down and they are going to run the Supreme Court down. Because the actions of Afenyo-Markin and the actions of the Supreme Court Chief Justice, it is clearly showing, say, in semi-yet, it is true. So Afenyo-Markin rendering Parliament weak, thinking that was going to make him powerful over the NPP and also was going to, at the end of the day, make his girlfriend Tokonu powerful. It actually pushed the NPP into opposition. It is some more problems now, the opposition now. The day you made Afenyo-Markin your majority leader in opposition 2020 in power 2024, ever seen there, Afenyo-Markin ran him party down. On the Democrat opposition. There were so many people who voted against the NPP because of this action. And I'm showing the Afenyo-Markin obey dim into the wire in there, it is worse. Do you think any reasonable Ghanaian what cry will soon say Opesa Ghana will sit and say a minority leader slaps a police officer and that person na adwene adwuma say me koto aba masa party only power or police ni asum wo bedwom na ma kwase we power enti oku nipa 8 no. Now see, this is Afenyo-Markin 120 days na me chechiri ma kire wo no. I will never sit in the minority leader's seat. It isn't good spiritually. Afenyo-Markin, November 2024. Your man position said, "Ombeye minority leader." Or see on tna a minority seat. It was about him. It was all about him. Afenyo-Markin knew say MPP for Jimmy. It was about him. Just to sit in the minority seat. Also, and you see, that time, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo had control over the party. And he still has control. And nobody in the MPP Onim Nyansa could tell this man, say, you are making the people more angry. Afenyo-Markin was still pissing Ghanaians off. His actions were childish. It was about him. It was about what he would get. It was about being in the news. It was always making people think, say, party nanka said, "Yomo Jimmy, na menkwani nyanseni amiwom, and then we did dimo and the police ni assume as the minority leader." Do you think, say, anybody who was angry with the NPP in 2024, this action Afenyo-Markin, that person is going to be like, "Oh, because of that, I'm going to vote for the NPP"? Never. It shows to say, when new people are given power again, we know you people, and we know what you can do. Now, this single comment collapsed the NPP front. It was a statement that made people within the NPP eager to vote against their own party, to teach Afenyo-Markin a good lesson for his arrogant posture. It more committee report say arrogance of power, of power. It was because of these things. And Mami Kanchiramo, Adia did the final nail ebom Madakamu in 2024 was Afenyo-Markin. The arrogance, the posture, what he did, it pissed a lot of Ghanaians off. And the funny thing is, Mwejiminti, you still don't know, say, he is leading you into the ditch. Make sure Afenyo-Markin, 120 days of Afenyo-Markin. The reason why the NPP is done. As far as this fool is leading you, you are done. Now, Shadia, I'm showing you Afenyo-Markin, Obama minority. The 120 days in you, has he achieved anything? Nothing. Now, Osade ice not to cake it. So this slap will follow the party till the end of life. In opposition, minority leader. Afenyo the minority leader. The American na more power no. So refi. Now when you people had power. Now we are going to enter when you people lost power and he became an official minority leader. These are the things he's done. Mobusa Mahama 120 days. Make sure mu leader now parliament no 120 days under him. What he has been able to achieve. And he needs to go to jail. We need to set an example. Now, in opposition, Afenyo-Markin's destructive behavior during the vetting of ministers. Do you remember? Your video saying time and vet parliamentarians. It was about him. My catcher MPP for say, as far as this Kasongo, this madman leads your party, it makes the work easy for the NDC. This slap or 4 to 6 years and a paper. Every ni patrim. It will haunt the party for a long time. And you see, you people today, you are thinking, say, it's nothing. Make I tell you. Say, election time, do a number who said that action from Afenyo-Markin. Your year in 2024, the original opposition, this action, he is going to do more. You know why? Because when we say, Jimmy, you cannot make decisions. You cannot even change your front. You cannot even call him to order. Ebiale say a communications director Abetina TV so a defend Afenyo-Markin or police in Yasum. Now you say police near organ na adwini adwuma or shemo ensama mo ka na ko betoniem. Because senka Afenyo-Markin the two and the police in the trimua and still MPP will defend Afenyo-Markin. That shows where the party belongs. That shows the stand the party takes anytime a member a committee crime. Because Afenyo-Markin a poison police anyway, still we will have the NPP telling us, say, oh, police in the Chini 3 minutes ago, and it's our body team. That means that is what the NPP was going to do from what we are seeing. Now, of all his shenanigans, he together with the micro minority could not stop a single nominee from being approved. He was eager to convert the committee to a sitting to settle his personal vendetta and also cleanse Ekufuado, a figure who has been massively discredited. Upon all the nonsense Afenyo-Markin did during the vetting, this is Afenyo-Markin as minority leader in 120 days. He could not get anybody. He could not stop. He could not block any nominee from being nominated. So why do you call this guy, say, he is somebody who is going to change the party's fortune from parliament? I told you from day one, the day you people decided not to change Afenyo-Markin, that was the end of you. With Jimmy, nipa kuri wani tiron, nipa kakawure rayano, na adwini nye juma. And the guy, and then on started Jimmy you, where Jimmy a check, and they say, and all the Jimmy no, they pay free, and they call police force. Tomorrow, obe pay free police force, obe bomb my cocoa assume, because ye Jimmy as NPP, because we think that this is normal. We think say, Kwasasembia, I will see it defend. This is Afenyo-Markin. Afenyo-Markin, after 120 days as your minority leader, you call 5 months, we are just 4 months. I'm sure idea. In opposition, make sure Afenyo-Markin 120 days. Sana mubusa John Mahama 120 days. Make sure mo party will be a mujina. Ghanaians getting to know Afenyo-Markin was the board chair of ECG at the time of the missing containers. This is a guy today, baby Ghana, missing containers, ECG containers. Everybody knows that this is the guy who spearheaded the scandal, who spearheaded the stealing from the committee report, because he was the board chair. How can such a person lead you in parliament to convince Ghanaians say Yentuma NDC, MPP? How? Why should anybody listen to Afenyo-Markin? Because as he walks on the streets of Ghana, walking the corridors of parliament, he's a thief. He is seen as a criminal. He has no record to advise anybody to be like Mehote into Dimechi. Because Afenyo-Markin stinks of corruption. He stinks of stealing. He is a scandal holder. Okuta scandals keys. As we speak, when you mention Afenyo-Markin, ECG containers come to your head. And I'm a yes. Why? Because he basically was the one in charge. He made sure that all these things happen because he was the board chair. How can such a person convince Ghanaians that the NPP is a new party? And that they are not going to steal again, and that they are not corrupt, and that they are not criminals? How can Afenyo-Markin stand in parliament to convince any Ghanaian? He can't. Your party is done. Okay? Before election 2024, na Ghana for bufu. But Afenyo-Markin be mo leader in parliament, and no na ebufo no skyrocket. And I'm study here. Mo jimintra, and it's na de bia na tubu fo amon tiase. Now here Afenyo-Markin, after 120 days, make sure some party no good. There's Afenyo-Markin. In opposition, as the minority leader, Afenyo-Markin assaulted a police officer during the demonstration. Masa, this is AI, artificial intelligence, I capture a member of parliament in Ghana. 1, we go parliament in Masi. 2, a member of parliament, a minority leader of the NPP, slaps a police officer in public. He slapped the man. And that is what the internet has picked. So today, it does not matter where you are. If you reach anywhere else and tell an investor, oh, I am an MPP person. Oh, who is your leader in parliament? Afenyo-Markin. The moment the person punch this name in the system, it is going to show that this is the first parliamentarian in our history as a minority leader who slapped a police officer in uniform. Hey! Now, if we are saying fan will be taking Sakwani serious, automatically he becomes a criminal in front of any person. Because the question here is, so when he slapped the police officer, what did the party do? What did his party do? That will be the next question. Because he belongs to a political party. Did they still keep him? Bro, okay, he says he's a minority leader. Okay, so what did the party do? Did they still keep him? Bro, because a party, the branding of the party, no, most of them must say Brandon. You are not branding your party. You are making your party worse. It's unattractive. These are the people that some of them pay to media, then you have a problem. Now, he led the caucus to embark on an aimless protest against a constitutional process and then assaulted a police officer. When he was investigated to assist in the investigation, he then petitioned the police service to sanction the police officer he assaulted. Now, this action took whatever small shine the demonstration could have garnered. Today, nobody's speaking about a demonstration again. Are you not worried? And this guy is still, and you know, it shows how foolish this guy is. Why assaulted police in Ghana Police Service are invited. Now what sorry catch a police for this and assault him. And that you are basically making a shit out of their statement in the total disrespect to police service. Afenyo-Markin does not even respect the Ghana Police Service. Ya capture our camera so. Why assaulted police, you know? He wants to turn the matter around for his followers to believe, say, Ghana Police Service mum, trainee their officers no, and assaulting and now if let's say if police officer no cry push you, do you have to slap him? You are a member of parliament, for crying out loud. Foolish idiot. You are a member of parliament, minority leader. You know the law. Police in the crowd push you, do you have to slap the police officer? Then majority of Ghanaians are that jails is here. They will all say it was impulse. Oh, are they second I'm the war no? So can be bitch me before I'm the war no? That does not make a case for you. And the omomugun sanwo mebrebe sabi o omo ne omo yere ko a omo yere no ebo omo ni so omo tam sekan twa na owuye no. They will all say a reflex. Obi ka asamo ya e ma ne ye ndia e no de sekan wo no. You cannot hide behind reflex. Somebody pushed me. You are a member of parliament. You make the laws. It is how can anybody sit in Ghana and say the NPP is a party that I can trust. It's a party that in Penifowum, it's a party that is there to protect Ghanaians. This is a party that is going after police officers. This is a party that is accusing police officers of no wrong. This is a party that is trying to make Ghanaians think, say, Ghana Police Service, officers, papa. This is a party. And Afenyo-Markin, the same person in the same picture every single day. And can't go before no. This guy led thugs our parliament and my time we have bubu tables, taxpayers table. He led a group of thugs calling themselves minority members. They broke tables. Afenyo-Markin. And every single day the guy keeps getting crazier. Every single day he gets crazy. And he's becoming crazier and crazier. One day he will stab a minority and kill somebody in parliament. This guy is on red. This guy is on drugs. This guy is not, he does not deserve to lead the NPP. Now, this is Afenyo-Markin in 120 days. Afenyo-Markin after 120 days as the minority leader in Ghana. In opposition, he inspired chaos at the vetting committee after he was exposed by Ablakwa. Do you remember? Vetting na Ablakwa catching so a crumb for documentation is just say ono kwa na wako wiasa say 99 years. That was when he decided to distract the whole process. And catch eye bawe. Eye omo MP jibijimi bi na akwa ananta bi jibijimi no. And almost started some bubu tables. But you see, the immediate show ni nyina no. At the end of the day, no, the question is this guy still the minority leader? Yes. Is the NPP worried? No. Why? Because the NPP is a political party that is not ready. That is not ready to change. That is not ready to brand itself well. That is not ready to let Ghanaians know, say, they respect the people. The NPP, as we speak today, are still defending this tag. The NPP, as we speak today, are still seriously defending this fool. Afenyo-Markin, after 120 days, may read the as a minority leader to you. A dear Namakacha Wenda Ebema wo asori say MPP is a party of intelligent people. Dear Ebema wa transfer say MPP is a party we need to give opportunity to again. A dear Ebema wo rational Ghanaian no asori say party we ye nyansa for. All the things I have showed you here. Nana Addo Kufuor nim, Michael Kwe nim, Hakama Usajman nim, J.A. Kufuor nim. They know that on a normal day, these guys should not lead the party in parliament. But why? Because the party is gone. Because they know that the NPP is not a party. So you don't have to give them any space in your brain. You are not supposed to entertain what we call the NPP. Why should we even be discussing this today? The party by this time should have released a statement. The so-called flag bearers who want to be flag bearers of the party, Bawumia, Kennedy, if they are independent-minded people, they should have released a statement that they are disappointed in a minority leader. It does not matter who assaulted him. But you see what? This is a party full of pigs. This is a party full of foolish people. This is a party full of animals who think, say, if it is not them, then it should not be Ghana. Party be a serious, be a person will lead the pathway. We were expecting to hear Kennedy Japan make a statement. But do you know Kennedy Japan's lawyer? Kennedy Japan's lawyer is Afenyo-Markin, who is mad. So it makes Kennedy madder. Afenyo-Markin, on a Kennedy Japan lawyer. Can Kennedy Japan tell him he's a madman? No. Mahamudu Bawumia is scared of Afenyo-Markin. Why? Because Mahamudu Bawumia himself, Okaseti Afenyo-Markin, at the end of the day, they will not support him. So where is the party going? J. Kufuor Dane Bosom, Michael Kwe, Ono Ohumi Krensi. So this is where the party is. So this Kasongo is a problem. And until NPP realize, say Akwawe is not supposed to lead. Mamika Bincho. I talked to some of the NPP minority members in Ghana. And sometimes they tell me, Kevin, guy we, bet my catch row. And about 2-3 of them, when I talk to them, I say, Kevin, bet my catch a guy we. Young person be anymore, but the party not say. And some case almost secret votes or secret voting, whatever you call it. Now Afenyo-Markin a contest will be or MPP minority or parliament. Afenyo-Markin will lose. When I talk to the MPP MPs in parliament, they keep telling me, Kevin, with Jimmy. The issue here is because right now we need to protect our small seat in the Kutameno. So I could raise the issue we are now. Amok disika echo constituency. Omeji me sit free me because they know Afenyo-Markin mun react. The moment you rise, you speak against their actions, they will go to your constituency. They will sponsor somebody. You will lose your seat. Intimino Mukasa, Kevin, with Jimmy. The guy is not making the party attractive. Meseopa and the MPP Fonka will be contesting Afenyo-Markin as a minority. No more secretly. Afenyo-Markin will not get 10. Afenyo-Markin, he will not get 10. But this is the case, they are stuck. The MPs are stuck because the moment I go to raise it, I go to Afenyo-Markin as seminal. Sikano Moriano, they will use that money and use it against you. What they will do is they will come to your constituency, they will pick somebody to change you. In the 87 on Makano, almost true. But Opa man, they won't secret balloting. Afenyo-Markin will lose as the minority leader. 88 to Onyamu 20. Mina me catch. They know. You ask them. They know. Why should we allow this to happen? Now, when you watch the video, it's despicable. Hey, yeah. See the deliberate action. Onyabutre, he knew what he was doing. And the police in the nation. It was the police officer who did this. And get here. Interdicted. The IGP has released a statement. The police officer is going to be sacked. They'll go ahead and sue the police officer and try and make the police officer look like an NDC person. So, police in the boy Afenyo-Markin asuma and Kamanoka saying, "Come create NDC ID card ama police no." Oh, unimu no. Yaso ko school ya hunani. Oh, yaso ya hunani. Oh, NDC cry yaso no school no. Now can NDC for him. Now police oh, yaso a national service. Now or ablakwa they would have created a passport for the police officer. So, police officer the boy we asuma and MPP a press conference 10. Police in a boy we asuma and him for be a press conference. Aden ye will be that. Adentina abain by ye and the police for na able minority leader and kwasi afone to will be a ding. But who do we blame? We blame ourselves. Because this man, he thought of the action, premeditated. He thought of it. The only reason, Obon as soon first one, he stopped and he came back and slapped him again, twice. It was something that he had planned, premeditated, and then it seems Bonnie or person didn't know. It's Obon as soon first one now, or Sako Bon as soon. The action was deliberate. He planned it. He knew what he was doing. But do we blame ourselves? Yes. Why? See it to Chrome her. And Yama Kwasiampenyi Afenyo-Markin Kwasiampenyi we. Akwakwesi police station. Oh, Winiba. Wabe we are bicycle one crying. Na Ekufuor atena ho. Na Kwasia we abesi police station. na ono ne police for peno ene do mabegu mo wini ba election day na police for botuo okronim Afenyo-Markin asese to am police for ena oba wini ba ena bu botuo adan ya we see police station otumi order commander say onkochi ni opponent nkotum kwase awe ni nam Ghana obi anya ni shobe mbodi timuto ena nam Ghana na wo jimi because your money room ena owie ska wa ban mu a I'm a businessman na odi akodi kroma kwesi police station. Now, Kwasiawe is a police station. Who is going to stop Kwasiawe? And it's not respecting police for no. Because Ghana Police Service, Abina Mahukwa Kwasiawe is a police station. It was a police station. Odu Winiba, or himself police for Wohon and Kenya on community baby take. Into no in his head, no, holistically, or who Ghana Police Service personnel be with Jimmy. Into or treat you Musankwara, or treat him somewhere Jimmy. Because you are Mahukwa. How can we allow such a fool to build a police station? Why should we allow politicians to be building police stations in our communities? Because the moment a politician builds a police station, he has influence in that police station. He decides who comes to the police station. Yet to me, Chiobi, na commander and say, hey, Nipa osi police station, na kontani emfanishem to me, na kwasia, na kontani nam kronum, na obotu. That is what Afenyo-Markin and his likes they are doing. Ko wini bana koshe. Sende to aba. Yenchi MPP new NDC for nkwa because Afenyo-Markin akwesi police station and obi ya de bi pe ne achena kweshem so onya Afenyo-Markin tumi ka se we mamu yi no na commander to wakwasea adan a Afenyo-Markin si police station tie yi no sa baby akwesi police station ofra ho new Winiba enye na saasi o sa baby akwesi police station edidi Kwame A+ constituency. But on say no or a for or say that's what he does. Oh, baby, our police station see our Winiba hono and then assassin it enters Kwame A+ constituency. And now what should I see police station ho and strategically no real MPP before could go on. That is what this fool does. Ain't on an Winiba ho and a thief like this na ahim forbidden nam krobo no more so kwasi ampenyi we so obia otia bema wa bo obia so wo ohene a wote Winiba you cannot make a statement. Mo ahemfo amotete Winiba ho sebi oboso amotete nkonwa tete abosom so se aboso na mote so no se aboso no mbeso mo di ya mo member of parliament otinankan na obo police ni asum na wo ohene Winiba ahema mo ahemfo no motete wo na mo je sa akonwa no omno bedi ni ye akonwa no betwa mo ho omno bedi ni nyonyonyo no majority of you will not survive this because mo ahemfo na mote the constituency no you know senko bi na ye ya ka mo hyehyɛ dem ka mo ka akonwa na yede mo to see so 3 times no sa akonwa no mu bedi because you need to speak truth to this guy. You need to be honest as chiefs. The Winiba ahemfo na muti krodim no e wo se mo kasa mo nyina ma dane corrupt chiefs. Because why shouldn't I call you guys corrupt? Someone corrupter, you have seen this. Are you not heartbroken? Enyamuya say your member of parliament and then the whole world on TV, on news outlets, he's slapping the police officer. Now you're in it war. You don't want to make a statement because Afenyo-Markin speak. Monchesa akonyana motesono akonyano eye bosom na nyanipa. Ede na sikeni brebe ya mo ahemfo ni bi. You sit in Winiba ma edin. Mo try ma asemesi no be politics. Afenyo-Markin aboni video akire mo. At least mon kasem. Mumi issue statement and amusro because all the politicians criminal money ni biba. Obeche bi mamo. And their own samugun sa enye juma. On send them pempuntu emba. It is because you people the politicians are far from ahini amudi. Madani ahemfo politicians. At time the disrespect is gone. The disrespect na mo peno. Sa respect, the respect is gone. Today you people carry the shame of disrespect. Ahemfo na mo condoni criminal politicians. Why are you people not issuing a statement? So munana Sango ko na kokofa gold $300 million gold na buyer. Kamaka si na the gold aba. Time oko parliament, time na o ye minority leader. Munyina mu di nachi ekobo se. Ade na nde wane ne aguru ho a mo hyehyɛ dem. Ahemfo amon ka no kore. Mo na masɛ kuro no. Ene nti nde otwe kura mo pɛ bi de adi abo akira mo nya bi. Akira mo ko high otwe. Ene nti nde mo pɛ otwe edi afa kura mo nya bi because mo ka no kore mo mu bi, mo ahemfo ni bi. Some of you akonya na mo tesena ni mo bedi. And then go for $100 billion certificate na bank ma bodwa esa fontom from ema jimini we maswa no asafoache odi nkwasi asem de monka na modwen se nkonwa na motete nkonwa na bodam nkonwa na betwemaso me papa yo hene de bia me ka kire no se ofa koti kwan so na ode ahinde na odi no odidi bone a akonwa na se bi ode ne 2 seats na akonwa ne bedi enti so also yo hene na se unim se de otuasi akonwa so mpensa na akonwa na wote so no epedo kore empe bone eye bosom na o member of parliament won so odi nkwasi asem we na woto na waka woto atwem efri se odi sika free akronfo sika ba ma onya bidia akonwa no betwe waso ebia okoda won sori o akonwa no be bo wato fom enti monkai ana mu refi mu ho se de moto e de si akonwa so saa moto na edisi so mprensa no na e ka bibia kire mo yes see a year Imani petitions Shraj to investigate Jane Mensah-led EC for alleged constitutional, statutory, and administrative breaches in sale of electoral equipment for scrap. You see, Imani with 2 eyes. Imani president in Abodam, and Imani assistant president na confused. Kofi Bentil Abodam and Franklin Kujo confused. And today Imani a petition Shraj. Now petition no almost 70 saying. Omo ka che Shraj say Jane Mensah Ghana sika ye de koto den machines electoral equipment ye de to about Ghana ye ti over $300 million ekoto ye ye de be share Jane Mensah nsa no Jane Mensah ejapade ye ne ekoto ye no se Ghana ti sika de to ejapade na se ye ka se wo na wo hwe so a se sa ejapade no beton wo obesi no say krona say obe get rid of that equipment we here yene den approval before you can get rid of those equipments ebi a won ti ase say Ghana aban eto den eto equipment edema agency bi ya aban agency say EC Electoral Commission na say sa equipment in computer o service o BV whatever efa abato ho se saa de kura asai na se ye pese ye kototwene a wa wo hwe ECG so EC no so no untumi sori anopanka say computer 30 asai mo kototwene no you need to make sure say aban ama wa approval say saa equipment no wo ho kwan say obeto atwene efri say Ghana for sika na de toye wo say Ghana for decide say asai kura de pese ekipi no why wo say ekipi say ye ready say ye beto atwene a Ghana for na decide say wo say etotwene. The reason why Jane Mensah and Imani for Edinako Shraj say Oma petition say Yanshwe Sansem we muno na wabokro no wa ye di etiam ran no say equipment a yeti sika de kotoye ye de eden ye de to aba ye de sa equipment no eboa me to to aba o Ghana no Jane Mensah fa koti kwan so etwa na scrap tie Imani for petition no de koma Shraj no Jane Mensah nanka osa odi emraso process bi wo ha o se ofaso ansana se nyoma ye kotoye as edien computers den se asai kwade ye beto atwene a anase ye pese be use biom ana ye pese ye bibia your processor e wo se wo a wo hwe institution so no aban dwuma no so no your processor wo so ofaso ansana wa get rid anase wa discard sa nyoma no Jane Mensah nim so wabokro no nti sa nyoma na in 2020 before 2020 elections you tia almost $300 million ye de ma no so okotaba no Jane Mensah ka so okoto facial recognition machine da ben ye to about Ghana high e de machine hwe wenima e kire sa asemesi wunie sa machine Jane Mensah agi ye hu sika one boss manasare eno mu gi sika eno mu koto China nyoma bi begu ho omu koto bae na obohu sesisia no omu aban enisu no omu pe a way to discard and I say omu pe a way to hide their crime no sa nyoma no omu dia koma scrap for no aton 10 Ghana amoma nane no evidence no case Jane Mensah policy and the audit Electoral Commission no or play some strategy with Electoral Commission no evidence no case it's a sia no ade bia be mana ko jail ade bia be me achiri bia no o sorry a no asesa ma scrap for sa scrap for no nam Ghana na sa aluminium azo for no ubetumi de National Cathedral dan no ubetumi na aluminium de amom me 10 Ghana omu scale no dade ne wo e ne de achichiri wo inside ubetumi de wiase ship e wo wiase esi so e 10 Ghana no be ma wo James Afra boys no momra sa boys ni scale na ekuta omo no ubetumi abobo National Cathedral ayan alomi na wo de scale no so still obenya 10 Ghana because omo scale no eye static eye scale a ye de wo achechire ene baranzu omo bie scale no de baranzu achechire inside ena omo de wo no ma adwu nso aguso ena omo de eye de Italia kakra ena omo de super guru aguso ena omo achechire ena omo de ato scale no so it is a scale no opa jemensan sesa enade a computer se wo eye isi wo nyina mo ano no fama sankofo no 10 Ghana into realistically jemensan ton Ghana electoral equipment e de ama lobi fo mo makonane 10 Ghana ye Jimmy 10 Ghana one nanny computers ni nyina you see ano no evidence no case sana maami we dey isi wo because na onim said definitely MPP be win election no it is onim say omo year 2020 elections no any omo EC officials na omo conduct 2020 elections no any 2024 election onim say nti omo ka yes you have not been paid samai bosum we onti omo ka because na mutimu no nana do danko kufuado atoto nyoma ma bawumia se bawumia be wini until they were spending they were stealing and imani for the nako shrage say shrage from freno na brofu bi wom constitutional statutory and administrative breaches sa brofu do the PZ for bam ko ye ka say it has led to a constitutional statutory and administrative breaches sa brofu do PZ for men ko et say sebio yaka say sebio wako mienhia ko wiansa ebia yegu nsa ene de snap na si wo say ye kwaba na wakoho na sebio otumfo nya hoho na omofiri bebia yegu nsa no snap be akotoa enum esiwo yegu ba akopɛ ena aka enan eti se otumfo megu nsa na ensa ne nsae na omde esi abosom wo so omokɔ akodi nkomo aba na wafa ekira kɔ wia eno eti se alleged constitutional statutory administrative breaches we breach administrative rule na ewo menhia no eye crime kakra kapa bontua eno na ye Fred Brofo sa the PZ for senti woti bibi e frɛ no constitutional statutory and administrative breaches a eti se otumfo snap ewo menhia wafa ɛdan no ho akɔ wia snap na akɔtɔn na ya kyew ene de etwa oti kura ye nya obone enti de esi no enya de ketwa James said the media obusami ankosi pamono but this is the beginning of investigations into her actions enti esi ani ya bese hwe how far this matter will go ya bese Ghana fo hu baby a matter we beko now I want to ask the Shraj boss we want full transparency in these investigations we don't want you to come and say you need to make sure every single step you have a press conference to tell us what you have discovered because where ye yedi sika the things Jemensa etoma koleba for no yeni sika until we have to be part of these investigations we have to be briefed we need to have an idea of where the investigation is heading and how it's being conducted nobody should shield anything. I'll commend Imani for doing that. In fact, I'll commend only Franklin Kujo. Meaning, sir, Kofi Bentido with Jimmy and I do obey yes, I do because on MPP ni on Odiba Omiechi to say lap dog or Nimunyansa. So I'll commend Franklin Kujo and the reasonable ones at Eddie and Imani. And I hope say Shraj will do the needful because this petition I want to also forward one to the president. Because Shraj Enyabako, the president needs to receive this same petition. I am going to sponsor one of these petitions to the presidency. And I have people on standby who will be basically pushing this petition to the president because you're Ghana for. Team K, this is the time. Let's also put our petition together. Let us move this same thing to the presidency. Because the president needs to also open investigations into this. The president needs to push this to the Council of State. I was a president Dimrano so because president wants to win Dimrano so yes so you're impeaching. If John Mahama decides not to follow the law, about Chief Justice India with Dimrano so pepe no problem. Jane Mensa we are going to petition the president. the president should follow the law. He should work within the confinements of the constitution. Until we are going to petition the president. We also want the president to forward this. He should look at it. This is Ghana money. He should forward it to the Council of State. The Council of State should take their time and analyze. When they find fascicate, if the Council of State finds primary fascicate, they should also make sure they go back to the president, follow the rules, and tell the president that they have found primary fascicate, and that the primary fascicate should also help us constitute a committee. And when a committee is constituted, it means Jane Mensah has to go. She has to step aside for the committee to do its job. So we are going to petition the president. Boss, I beg you, get this petition ready for me. Thank you very much. I've gotten the green light. The petition will be put together. We will petition the president, and then the president will move it to the Council of State. And then when the Council of State, they don't establish anything or they don't find any primary fascicate, then it's fine. But if they find a primary fascicate, then it will go to a committee, back to the president, and a committee will be set, and Jane Mensah will have to step aside for the primary fascicate that has been established for the investigations to begin. Now, this guy, Charles Bissiu, granted 200,000 bail, ordered to submit passport and report to OSP monthly. This does not matter. We all know Charles Bissiu is a thief. He's a criminal. Charles Bissiu is a political thief. I don't even want to worry myself about Charles Bissiu. Now, my question to the special prosecutor is simple. Special prosecutor is a waste of time. In fact, Mr. President, you need to sack this guy. He's a lazy ass. This is a guy who is just sucking us dry. The money he's making out of this office, just being there and sitting there and doing nothing. This guy, and 40 years was so can going to be making saskano. We have come to that conclusion that this guy is a waste of space. Technically, he is somebody who is just wasting state resource. The special prosecutor told us that Ken Oforiatta was set Obedru Ghana May. And the date I is saying, and the date is 6th of May. The special prosecutor has not given us a statement whether Ken Oforiatta is here or not. This special prosecutor is a thief. He's a criminal. He's an imposter. He's a liar. He's just using the office to amass wealth. Amount of money you trying to come man Libyana and Kakwawe and call a regular lawyer going to be that or this is a Jimmy. Charles Bissiu is a thief. We don't care. Charles Bissiu is a church mouse. No matter what he does, you go to jail. We are talking about Ken Oforiatta's issue. The special prosecutor is a criminal. Or a cromfo. He does not respect Ghanaians. He always plays on the conscience, on the minds of the people. Every single day, he's some fucking stupid case that does not matter. There are real cases that matter. And those cases, Ebini Ken Oforiatta coming back to Ghana to answer questions. But this guy, this bat guy, all over the place, making it look like say Onimumrachi Obia. This guy just pretended to know the law. He pretended to be patriotic. He pretended to be smart. This guy is one of the most sneakiest, slimiest. This guy is an imposter. Mr. President, whatever you can do to sack this idiot, sack him. We don't need him. Today is the 6th of May. He has not even had the courtesy to have a press conference to update us on Ken Oforiatta and Kwasi Ade. This fool is still sitting in that office, taking salary every single day. We don't need Charles Bissiu. Charles Bissiu can't be bonekuno. We know he's a fool. Or a crime for a binding anybody or go jail. We don't need Charles Bissiu. We need Ken Oforiatta. We need you to bring Ken Oforiatta to Ghana. And after you bring Ken Oforiatta, we have to sack you. Because you cannot be trusted. You think you're Jimmy, what you say, you are using that office to make wealth, to make money. Story to system nim. The courtesy crowd might be to come and tell us because Yatiana Kaya say, what the Interpol or the Kenofurata to international criminal list so. And in 3 days now, be say only Kenofurata lawyer Sakasa May Kenofurata be here. Today is the 6th of May. Unya nyan sampon kanchre adikudientia Kenofurata mbaye. Odo kwasi atwo edwin say Jimmy. Also na afefe wo sese de wo advert ma eye yogurt. Enti yenim nyansa. And sorry and atam sika ma na wudi. Mr. President, you need to sack this guy. This guy is a waste of resource. This guy is a waste of time. This guy is just wasting public funds. I don't even know why, as a nation, we are sitting there for these guys who spent all their lives pretending to be intelligent, waste our resource for no reason. Now he's giving us date, 13th to 14th May. I swear to God, 13th to 14th May, we will come to your office. We will demonstrate. You through office. Eh? If you are telling us that Kenofurata said he's going to be here on the 13th and the 14th, we are here. Back. Next week, back. Now next week, 13th, 14th, you know, say Kenofurata makrum ha. Yabeba or office wo. We will demonstrate and we will take you out of that office. Enkwasi Assyria na cow. Deviana Osre. I saw your advert you go to Yugoslavia. Eh? Time we do obia also obia deliver. Osha hoko de na udi nkwasi asem. Also 13th or 14th, we are fine. Agege boys, we will not act. Gidi gidi bienwo, we will wait. We will maintain our level. We will maintain adole. We will wait. 13th nwa. Na 13th or the 14th ni be do. Na Kenofurata ni ha. I want to go to Sana Noko. Sana aya enkranfo omubu baby say, okay bemi means sanibo e denchemwa. I want to bet ase. Me say 13th and 14th ba obu say enkranfo be. Omo say okay sanibo e denche means subo yani. I want to bet ase. This woman, I'm asking a simple question and I'm asking the government of the day. These are 3 women Obia nim their position in our politics. Some were appointed by Ekufuado. In fact, one was a personal secretary to Ekufuado. Now, it's been 4 months, 120 days. I want to ask the president a simple question. The CEO of Food and Drugs Authority, a friend of Delis, Mimi Dakun, Yvonne Nana Efriye Opare, MD, Ghana Airport Company Limited, and Sarah to Atta, CIP, Ghana Airport, Kotoka International Airport. Mibusa, the government of the day, say, and this is directed at the President of the Republic. Why are these women still at post? Because when the MPP were in government, these people were at post and they did not deliver. So nobody can convince me, say, these 3 women, they should still be at post. There was a reason why Ghanaians voted. And the vote was for you to change managers, for you to change people who had run this country down. This lady at the Ghana Food and Drugs Authority, this woman needs to be sacked. She needs to be kicked out. This woman at the Ghana Airport Company, this woman needs to be kicked out. This woman who used to be the personal secretary to Ekufuado, Sarah to Atta, what is she doing at CIP? From my checks, CIP has not even produced 1 receipt of revenue collected by the government of the day. This woman, Sarah to Atta. So why should the government be keeping this woman? Why should they be at post? And those people who are in this government protecting these women who are incompetent, who think their personal interest is what the people they can use to lie to the people. I am telling you today, you have to pick a fight with me. Because until these people are sacked, I will never make John Mahama. You will never rest. They are equally competent Ghanaians and competent NDC people, NDC women who can fill these positions. John Mahama told us that his second coming, his third coming, he wanted to give women opportunity. These are women who could not deliver. And they are not the only women in Ghana. So these women are supposed to be sacked. Whoever is in the NDC who thinks he's powerful, he can use his fucking power, small power that they have gotten, to intimidate people for these women to be kept there, I am telling you, then I will go into the grave with you. These 3 women are supposed to be sacked. And this goes to the president. If you want the people to trust you, if you want the people to know that you came to serve with people who believe in your vision, because none of these people believe in your vision. They believed in the Akufo-Addo MPP vision. So why is it that today, John Mahama, you have power, and these 3 incompetent ladies are still filling positions, whilst we have women in the NDC and women in Ghana who are equally qualified than these women to do this job? So, Mr. President, with all due respect to you, Mr. President, whoever is in the NDC thinking that these are his girls, let me say this again. Whoever is in the NDC thinking that these are his girls, he can use these women to feel important in the NDC, then you, this person, have an issue with you. You will not rest, and I wouldn't rest until these women are checked and sacked. So, Mr. President, I am directing this at you. I am not going to direct it to anybody. I am directing this at you. You are not weak. You came in to serve. You came in to do what we want. These women do not believe in your vision. The people who believe in your vision are the people who supported you to come to power. And those are the people you need to put in positions to help you sustain this government and keep your party in power. This lady at Ghana Food and Drugs Authority, she needs to be sacked. Mami we were born chrono tiwa obo at the Papa Ben Food and Drugs Authority. This woman, Yvonne Nana Efriye, this is an MPP card bearing member. We know her affiliation to Akufo-Addo. We know her affiliation to the MPP. Why are we? And I'll direct this to Julius Debra and the rest in the Jubilee House, the Flagstaff House, the Chief of Staffs. Julius Debra, Standogbe. I'm directing to Valerie Sawyer. I'm directing to the President. You people need to take action. All of you people at the Flagstaff House, this is not a joke. If you people can't do the job, walk out. It is not about presidential ambition. It is not about, hey, this person here, he pleases the left and he pleases the right. That nonsense I don't want to hear. It is not about feeling that this is my time to be president. This is the time somebody has to do something for me. This is not a time for people to think that I reach to the left, I reach to the right. That is my foot. I need somebody who can lead. And you people should take action on this, or else we will organize the base. We will organize the base because people cannot put their lives on the line. What can bring John Mahama to power for some people's selfish, stupid interest to overshadow the party's vision? That nonsense will not happen. So you people should make sure next week these women, they are moved, or else they'll be part of my show. And Mr. President, you will not breathe. Every single day I will be on you. I will let the people understand that you are not being truthful until these ladies are kicked out. This NCCE lady, she's not here. She needs to be sacked. NCCE lady, she needs to be sacked. In fact, I will bring the list of people who are not supposed to be in this government. Ade omomuye adwuma e kan Ghana ho sempa e believe in the vision of John Mahama and NDC. Omo yankwasiafo ana. Adwuma be na mawe ya, they cannot be kicked out from their positions. E mawe omo chenwan. Sa lady a friend Saratu Ata, she was a personal secretary to Akufo-Addo. Ade ye jimi ana. Ana say modwen say etikro no ye jimi. And people should just work for you people, and that these people be sitting and enjoying the perks. Abra almost bri omojeni efa ka koye campaigns. Eko nkurase, women who are equally intelligent, women who are capable of doing this job. Adema we dey ewo mo ho esen obi. And I'm directing this to this person in the NDC, and I know you. And you think you can take the NDC and make it your property. You can't. Because people sacrifice their lives to bring the NDC where they are. Not a single person. And then the public didn't seek the NDC about power. I'm making this clear. Those people who are working in Ghana, making themselves feel said they are the ones who are financially controlling the NDC, and they did put all their money in the NDC. See, I can see a receipt about a printing obia invoice. Those people will go to their rooms, they will not come out again. Because majority of you people, you are working with names, you don't contribute anything to the NDC. And we don't want to do dirty. Because if you people want us to go dirty, we can go dirty. Maintain your levels. These women will leave. Me say, I am not here to please you people. I am not here to please anybody in the NDC. If I'm not even here to please John Mahama, who the hell is in the NDC? Obey to me, I can say, maybe please, you know. John Mahama that I decided, John Mahama that Ghanaians have hope in. We all put everything on the line to bring back to power. If John Mahama, I'm not going to make John Mahama rest. Who is the chicken to make noise? Mr. Dencham no and I say I will not make him rest because if these decisions are not taken, I will not make the president rest. Who is the chicken who is going to make noise? No chicken. No chicken. I am not indebted to anybody in the NDC. Nobody. Mindi obiaka and I'm no side contract and nobody is my friend. The right thing must be done. These 3 women, they all have to be fired. They all have to be kicked out. Decent people, competent women, Ghanaians, men, they can fill this position. I don't want to come back to this matter because when I come back to this matter, the Flagstaff House will not look good. The grassroots too, they need jobs. There are women who can do this job. These are 3 corrupt women. And that man in the NDC who thinks that you can force your way to intimidate people, me, I'm ready for you. I am telling you, I respect you, but I am ready. These women, they'll be changed, whether you like it or not. Or you're a founding member of the MPP, which we all know, and it's a fact. Okay, in some ekoswa MPP more enye. MPP for the NTA. Now you know if Ghana no. Now Tamaklo Kasawi and this boy called Kofi Ofosun Cancer came out to say now Tamaklo is not registered as NPP founding member. He is fake. This is a boy oba MPP we do 10 days. Oh, this is the disrespect these foolish lizards. Sanko Tremba we are more MPP. This is what they do. And Kenya politics now say na yetanya. And Kakotreba we can sit on social media in the names of your MPP ni. Emma only team no Nigerian said, or your MPP ni chen Nyawotamaklo. Emma Nyawotamaklo to me granted interview. Now boy we have a catcher Ghana for say Nyawotamaklo is not a member of the MPP and that Nyawotamaklo is fake. Now Kotreba we. This is how low the party MPP you know. A time for rational beings like us to sit and say, and you see this boy, he wants to go to parliament. These are the slimy, dirty piglets or more MPP more. They be more part in your time. Now, how can something like this? How can a lizard kotre one way or to me being an no didi nyawo tabokula tem adaya MPP na yafu ekufor na be say MPP and the penny in the MPP bium into this enkotre one can stand up in public. Now nyawo tamaklo mu de omusika she MPP mu no na sa akwa we sebi oni bema kura yentwaye na ne bema na achia left no na yentwaye. And so because of politics, because MPP na say, because they don't respect in penform party no sa kofin cancer where the nimsa wo hwe ne nimsa wo hwe bema no ene ne nimsa wo politics na time hwe ne nim ne nimsa wo wa ya abortion hwe ne nim wo wa ya abortion na otwi ne toase hwe ne nimsa wo ono na no to be tia nyawo tamakro. And these are the fools among politics at time. So sometimes people think obia to me can adwene no ananteko hwe be me nimsa wo pa no be did nyawo tamakro atem na tam na nyawo tamakro mote party no na we ne mami yes first abortion no onye second one ye ba be wo no. This is where we are now. Akwa we person di MPP enim everybody ediba parliament na we hwe ne nimsa wo ya abortion hwe ne nim. It's all good. It's politics. It's MPP. We all know. We will deal with them. And into our own opposition. No? This guy is a slug. Look at him. Why is it one son? Why is it one son? Why is there one son? Now we because Nyawo Tamaklo is fake. You are telling Nyawo Tamaklo he is fake. Kofi Ofosun Cancer. Now, remember, say 120 days now, GM be dear na why no. We need to understand the John Mahama administration led by John Mahama himself, no. Ejuma Omaye no. So I gan in na wama we ni anto form na wentia MPP for Ejimi for Bedrins ebemo adwene ayo se bibiansi nyoma esipa. People are taking advantage of the government good policies. John Mahama ebo a o she Ghana for nyina sa ebo no John Mahama ediso. And let me tell you, John Mahama from day one, you catch him say, Onya Nyankopon. But when it comes to politics in Ghana, open politician or bekano crack show, and our political party or bekano crack show a NDC. And why? Because a bar NDC for share the social contract they actually had with us before election 2024. That contract between the NDC and the mobile form government, that contract, they are fulfilling theirs. They are part of the contract. We as citizens, our job is to support and pay our taxes. So far, we have been paying our taxes. What has the government done? Sir, in some NDC, political party in opposition, have they been able to fulfill? Have they been able to prove to us, say, they are different from the NPP? Because a party, the omobeye, a boy mobesha mobedisuno, and no nebetch says our party will be to my Jumudiana on to Jumundi. So the question here is the NDC different from any political party in Ghana? The reason I'm saying that is to say, at this point, I don't want to compare NDC to MPP or MPP to NDC. The reason is that the NPP does not qualify to be compared to the NDC. They are not there yet. They cannot talk about anything now. So I can say compare us to the NDC. It is for now, no. I will not bring NPP close to NDC because in terms of nokre, in terms of helping Ghana for by telling them the truth and delivering, the NPP cannot compare itself to the NDC. In terms of people appreciating what a government and a political party has done in their lives, the NPP cannot compare itself to the NDC. At this point, I don't put the NPP and NDC on the same pedigree. I am still waiting, or we are still waiting for a party that will show, that will brand itself. I actually said they can, in the future, try and compete with the NDC. But so far, right now in Ghana, name any political party, it can compare itself to the NDC. I don't know, unless you don't want to be truthful to yourself. Unless you don't want to speak truth to yourself. Because all person kind of crepa. As we speak right now, no political party in Ghana can compare itself to the NDC. And not even the NDC being in power. It is just the NDC as a political party. When it picked them as political parties and you look at them as political parties, you look at the leadership, the way they do their things, the way they present themselves, the way they are able to send message, the way they respect and the way they adhere to rule of law. You can see clearly, say, we always make a big mistake by comparing the NPP to the NDC. Why should any Ghanaian today compare the NPP to the NDC? Because there's nothing about the NPP that at the end of the day, you can compare to the NDC and you say they are at par. There's nothing. What is it? Leadership? The NPP has no leadership. Achievement in governance? The NPP has no achievement in governance. When we are talking about truthfulness, the NPP is not truthful. When we are talking about delivery, when we talk about promises and delivering on your promises, the NPP for the past 8 years, even including Kufuor, the things they told Ghanaians, they could not deliver even 20% of it. Their own flagship program that they made noise about, one district, one factory, today none exist. We are talking about free SHS, it collapsed under MPP. We are talking about one constituency, one dam, it never existed. We are talking about them bringing the dollar from 16 to, they did not do anything. The job unemployment was out of the roof. Inflation in the history of the Republic of Ghana, MPP took it to 54. Today, we are looking at inflation dropping to like 12 by December. This is what we are talking about. So, when you put the MPP and NDC on a scale, we should not even try and put these two political parties on the same scale. The gap is different. The approach by these two political parties are different. So, we are still waiting for a party that is mature, that is intelligent, that is importantly truthful to the people to compare to the NDC. Now, this is first 120 days of John Dramani Mahama. Let's see what the NDC government, Omaye, under John Mahama, first 120 days, have they been able to deliver? Have they fulfilled their part of the bargain? Let us see. When in your mind, I was say, these are the things that MPP want to mean here because Omajunin deep. Omajunin so distract them, but they cannot distract you because we are here to make sure the right thing is done. They will come and insult, forget them, they are frustrated. The NPP as a political party, the young ones are frustrated. They don't have anybody they can look up to and say, where do you hope would mu? Ekufuado hope in why not hope would mu NPP? There's nobody. Bawumia is a liar. He said he's not truthful. Kennedy Japan is not mentally stable. Who can say I am the leader of the NPP? The minority leader is a thug, beating policemen. This is a party that belongs to the bin. Now let's look at NDC. First 120 days. John Mahama, Edian Waye. In fact, he said, Yabwa, Diabeka, Yabwa, no Kabotako, now who show so. No, I can say, in some way, I can in Kevin Taylor Bois, NDC for Bois, never can the end of credit share. I keep telling you, we will never have a perfect government. But what we are seeing here, what the NDC is doing, what John Mahama is doing, it is next to perfect. That is why we are happy and we are comfortable with this government. Now, nominate within the first 14 days the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. John Mahama Shebo say Oba power the first 14 days, Oba nominate the cabinet. John Mahama delivered. 2. Constitute the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in my first 90 days in office. In less than 90 days, John Mahama to me put it together the smallest, the leanest government. And then I say John Mahama is still serving, or is still ruling, or is still governing. Very important word, governing, with 58 ministers. But Okase or the 16 ebeye. Now John Mahama has even dropped to 58. It shows to say in some kind of position or deliver nina said establish a robust code of conduct and standard for all government officials. John Mahama yesterday launched the code of conduct. A book and I say conduct and ethics about na appointees senya ejuma omoye no embrabe da ho ombe ejuma no. John Mahama deliver and also deliver. He has delivered. These are the things or promise here in opposition say in the first 120 days no beye, and all these things he has done it. This is why you need to keep the NPP out of power. This is why the NDC needs to rule for a very long time, because I'm kind of crazy. Number 4, hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget. John Mahama, about power in less than 3 months, in less than 120 days, in less than 90 days, or to me put together a national economic dialogue. And then I'm organizing what we need to do to save our economy. And no best brains when it comes to economic dialogue. Economy came together to give the government their piece of suggestion. The government took it in good faith. John Mahama promised, he delivered. And it's ended the dollar in less than 4 months. It has dropped from 16 to 13. It shows you say this is a government deliver. John Mahama shebwa odiso. And it's now said Debiano Ujidi say the opeso obey. In fact, John Mahama is really with 56 ministers, not 58. Now, point 5. Ediana John Mahama Kaya or say, within my first 90 days in office, scrap the flowing draconian taxes to alleviate hardship and ease the high cost of doing business. E-levy, COVID levy, 10% levy on bet winnings, and emission levy. John Mahama said the first 90 days, first 3 months, obey e-levy, okaso obey COVID-19 levy, okaso obey a 10% levy on bet and a bet tax, and okaso obey emission tax. In 90 days, John Mahama you win if you. This is the delivery. I can wasem. This is no krena John Mahama. First 90 days, the okaso obey no. Sa nyumba we nyina in 90 days, in 3 months. John Mahama opposition or share within my first 90 days in office, review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. Time of opposition say so in the first 90 days the obey say equipment are imported sebio ebe agriculture adwuma obe review taxes and that's so send ye taxes and them no kind John Mahama mana yemra ya share taxes e be gine sa equipment so tractor any equipment edi adwuma ma ekuayo ekoso no John Mahama shebo opposition so oba nyoma send ye yi no port no obete so and them no ka say John Mahama in 90 days no less than that wa share sambra no ma yate so John Mahama shebo NDC ya shebo a omodi so aban papa aba aban we na also do any to omo so John Mahama aban we e ka no kore. Now, then, no can be ma a bobe no share with this. John Mahama said, commence drafting needed legal amendments and prepare for implementation of 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president. And the Menoka say the team that is supposed to sit and make sure they draft a solid policy that will guide the 24-hour economy, and that team has been launched. John Mahama within 90 days, 120 days. John Mahama, Adioka say obey about 24-hour economy. Sesiano, it is in progress. Almost started. This is a president who speaks truth. Besidi osi ebuano ochina ombrani shows no meka say John Mahama bua onyeye. Ghana for when asempa no when no kure no. Now Diana John Mahama kan ya waya sebio omo person beka no kura kire mu. This is what, or these are some of the things wasa ediso. When you John Mahama ye. Or say establish an accelerated export development council, that's the AEDC, to promote exports as part of a broader strategy for economic transformation. Or can say establish an accelerated export development council. Send be ye nyoma ye no krum ha no ye kotona bruchira o ka se obeti eye ekua ebehweso na omani akọ send be ye betumi produce more na sebe osa nyoma no ye betumi eden aton wa bruchire ono aka se sa eye AEDC we ono na betena pono no so ono na de ni behwe ono na sebe obeye chairman o ka kire se ono na obenya special attention to make sure this works. And the men can say John Dramani Mahama why establish it and neni wo ho say ekuafo ene nyoma ye dua no kroma ye pese ebi ebusu aye ton no abruchiri no ono an emema nani akon se de be ya ye export no ebe exceed ye import eba sana ye benya sika as oman na ye so ye de aboman ho bra. John Mahama shebowe John Mahama aye. Now convene a national consultative conference on education to build consensus on needed improvement to the sector. John Mahama by in less than 90 days and organizing Ghana for nyina ahemfo ekuafo soldier for police for educationists eye omo amako school omo teachers odo omo nyina kwotena ase ene nyina adwene sene ebe ya eye Ghana adesua no ye betumi ehu sene ye betenetene no ene ntina ende ohwe school for aduane ya ejina ne na so sene ye bebesi schools ni bia ka ho sene infrastructure sene school curriculum no eye we nyina eye ade a John Mahama share opposition a me no ka say in 90 days ya na okase obeye no John Mahama ebo a wo share no we di sa ebo no so. Now, Oba Eye Bibi to say implement the no academic fee policy for all first-year students in public tertiary institutions. Now, I'll say universities, college of education, nursing training institution, and etc. John Mahama wo position no okase so Oba enkwara tertiary institutions eye aban institutions to say nursing colleges eye aban dia eye teacher training eye aban dia eye Bibi to say university eye aban dia eye polytechnics eye aban dia. John Mahama shebo position said the first 90 days no or the mbrabeba enkwara omoko eye tertiary institution eye aban dia no obia first year on tiateku ende mbra no wahye ema ende enkwara wo school obia ntiateku. John Mahama shebo John Mahama near to Nchia and John Mahama ediso. This is what we call a government that is working for you. Me pese obi weka say yeboa na John Mahama nyeye de ebo bia wahye bia no ye dwudwam we na kire se aban we aban pa eba abeden ebeji Ghana edi no kure edi ne mra so. Now over the other part ene nyoma why in less than 90 days ebinie. Introduce the following social interventions: free tertiary education for persons with disability, the Ghana Medical Care Trust. Odinkan share your bottom and onya power and say the 2 minimana or baby a friend Ghana Care Trust, Mahama Case, and the menokasi alanche or the first 6 months salary or the gum or say a year appointee bia or wa by mubiano almost first month salary no waje edia koto a year Mahama Case no a year footwa watia to wa. Sebio yare kwankro echire Ghana for so ekunipa or say a dia edana koma so ne maame ne papa yare ebo mu a eyesikasem nti omontumi answer sa yare no yare ne bi wo ha sebio ebo wa wudi beko wuom na ebehia se yebeso ano yebebrabra no John Mahama ate foto se ne be ya eye MPP chairman a owo brekum sebio sekokuram anase ne kidney yare eba saa nipa no we nyesika yade saa foto we sika no ebehwe no John Mahama shebo ende me no ka say saa ebo na John Mahama share no why den we di so osa shebo say eye sebio ye ne no mo aka people with disability omo person omo tertiary institution no or say or create eye bibi e friend no free tertiary eye tuition and education for ye nuane mo aka people with disability ende me no kan ayemra say obi na waka na ɔkɔ tertiary institution ɔkɔ university polytechnic aban ɛbɛfa ɛyɛ deɛ education no ɛho ka kakra na aban so aso ɔmo asene. This is what John Mahama ɛhyɛ bɔ ɛwɔ position in first 3 months. John Mahama ayɛ den with this idea we so ma ɛndɛ abɛyɛ mmra Ghana for ɛna sebio yɛdi ho dɛ wei na kyerɛ aban papa wei na kyerɛ president onim nyansa sebio oba say obekyekyere man. Ebi any commends the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary education, secondary schools. John Mahama opposition or shebo or in the first 90 days no obe pass mra yenuanom emma omo GSS to SS obia every month aban be supply sanitary pad emom de siesie omo mama ye masima sebio omo ho beti omo sebio ombenya confidence no as women sebio there ya dini yenyina ko GSS se oba be wo GSS akora be wo GSS na wabu ni nsa na sebio bibi nti onni sika o de beto pad owo SS na sebio senia emane din ma no so obeba nipem sebio ma no susumina so ebi mu ho a omu ntimi sebio NCS omu ye nti na ama enka aba omu ho saa nyome nyina ne John Mahama ne Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman adwene wemu se ebe hia se aban ebe che sanitary pads e de ama nkwara se ne be ya SS ene GSS fo no sebio aban so betuma so omasene na bosumi bia no aban be ma omo sanitary pad a omo de be den omo de be bo omo ho bra. These are things that John Mahama kan ya and the menoka say John Dramani Mahama ediso ema sebio wamano abede amana abembra. These are very important things that also Ghana for nyina yeti ase aban na ba ema aban no edi dwuma. Now first 90 days in yeka introduction of the following social interventions and omaka commends the distribution of free sanitary pads and omaka institute inquiries and all forensic audits into the following matters of public interest. Collapse the indigenous Ghanaian banks and financial institutions at a supposed cost of 25 billion Ghana, illegal printing of money, the 58 million National Cathedral scandal, illegal and inflated single source contracts, COVID-19 expenditure scandal, PDS, Ejapa, SML ambulance, spare parts deal, 13th African Games, Skytrain, Paulugu Dam, Math Set scandal, Galamsey fraud, missing excavators and tricycles, Sputnik V and Boss scandal and others. John Mahama ka say oba baby making sure say nyoma any chronubia akoso ye de Ghana for the past 8 years no obehwehwem and menoka say national service for omasem el court menoka say edubuahin national signal bureau for boss no and the ugina court and in Sembe John Mahama kan Ahmed Swale in some kan so bema sebio ya start investigations and menuma and obigina court ya bonu kwedua and the court di hu asem John Mahama eka say bibi te say ejapade deal no obebie so hu nokure wom PDS krono ankofo boy nokure wom and John Mahama we nyina ma the police investigation department any attorney general menoka say attorney general hwe ho edi ho dwuma ohyeyebo say onfa bibia nsie menoka say John Dramani Mahama akyerem ama sesia no de okan no wase na oyo we na kyerɛ say MPP they can never compare themselves to the NDC when it comes to governance, honesty to the people. Now edie bio na John Mahama ayen in the first 90 days amanfo no epeso mo distracting mo person behu we nyina ye ebo a wo share Ghana fo a ende me no ka say John Dramani Mahama we di sa ebo ni nyina so or say institute a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets and rich ya John Mahama amana yemra wo ye government appointee a anase oye adwuma wa ban mu a you don't have emran say eni say emrane ma ho kwan se obeto aban ejapade and wa pass samra no in 90 days ebo hye John Mahama di so amana be yemra umpe we na opeka ya motium we eso John Mahama ye allocate seed money for the establishment of the Women's Development Bank and the menoka say the first budget ato forcing Minister of Finance eridi kire Ghana for ye twa sika pudio de ato a ye de ba be kire Women's Bank ebo a ohye Ghana for Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman ehye Ghana for ma say Women's National Bank and Women's Bank no NDC ba omobeye and your first budget eridi ye nyina ete Finance Minister etwa sika pudio ato a Women's Bank no oma start edi ho dwuma 90 days ebo ohye Ghana no John Mahama edi so now launch the following priority job creation programs in the first budget. ejumawura program and the menoka say Andre Chiana Jomahama Elanchi ejumawura program and the young people in Ghana omo entrepreneurs person abai so masene Jomahama Lanchi program now omo nyina no they are getting access to funds almost so eba entrepreneurs self-sufficient to be able to operate their own business. Jomahama Eshebo why something like the National Apprenticeship Program menoka say ya launch the Andre Chi National Apprenticeship Program and the Ghana for and the obi ho master or a seamstress or a master or a welder or a master and korakro moshana so betumo do wakosa program ni bi and the ordinary Ghanaians omodwen say bibia jegu no they can be part of the National Apprenticeship Program aban eboa embebunu emomonya insanu dwuma sebio owi a wosumomo emomonya dwuma paye we ene nyoma Jomahama ehye a meno ka say Jomahama ediso a abayemra bibi etese de 1 million coders program. And a week ago, and Jomahama launched 1 million coders program. And Menoka say over 250,000 young people are being trained right now. A year boy share Ghana for Menoka say a born with this so Emma a year the communications minister a year Sam George and a Jomahama and a launchy program now. Menoka say your Ghana Mebunua they are learning to become coders. Yeah, pay 1 million. And so as time goes on, young people will be trained 1 million young people, and this program too is ongoing. Abino a boy share Jomahama. A boy share in opposition now or this so in less than 90 days. When the church say obaye say obesum na wamba say obewia wekum na wasai to say kufu ado ba womia any Canada Japan. Now bibi to say a year labor for lay before Parliament new bill to streamline government scholarship administration, prohibit political appointees from accessing government scholarships, and eliminate political patronage, cronyism, nepotism, and corruption in awarding government scholarships. And the Menoka say Jomahama at the bill na Parliament and the oye abai munipa won't to me encourage scholarship Emma Homa ba Sebio Jomahama de mrato ho oye abai munipa won't to me enfa we influence encourage scholarship na sebio ehia forma koko for a omudia koko eye kuafo omudia koko omudia eye de in Yaba, Omo de Boagana, Omo Sebio, Omo Ebini Omusima, or say a scholarship number Mombano, Sanko from deny Omo Jomahama de Mraba, and the Abamunipa, and the Omo Omi Patituno, Omuni access to scholarship. A more Ghana for Sebio, a mobile of one, Mona more access to scholarship, or the Samra to Parliament, and the Yakam Wasama, Inti Abayemra, way any Yoma Jomahama Shebo, with this. Now, or say, ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves, roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water Initiative to heal and sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. Jomahama Kaso Beshe, Eye Emra, sani ebe tuma bo edie eye ye man ye ban ye nsuo ye nsase ene ye kwaye ho ban me no ka say eye aban kasa mafo panyini eye Felix Ofosuko ache o ye me MP waka o say aban no say Parliament esaba eli sebio ebane nkofo se omuntumi nko eye ye kwayem dokodoko enkotu eye sika kokko no Parliament saba samra ne ye behye ema ye twem Ghana ni bia oye mining legitimate or illegitimate obia ni obetuma kokwayem akoti sika kokko ende me no ka say eye ade a aban no e de akoto Parliament bie pe ye behye mra na sebio Ghana ni bia ni wa obetumi ewura eye kwaya kesiem akotu eye de egudie Nanado Danko Kufuado and the ma eye galamsey for ho kwan emomura obi te se chema wuntumi omutumi wura kwayem ekobu ye ndua se yensuo John Mahama Shebo say so obedi tumi a samra no betwam and me no ka say wasa aka through eye government senior communicator Felix Ofosu Kwache or Kasama Jubilee House and our Flagstaff House or say aban say Parliament sa reconvene and our Parliament ba sebio omubedru ye na samra no omebeko emyetwam obia eni ho kwan a obewura kwayem akoyeden ako to sika koko we eye bo Jomahama say Jomahama say sabon with this so now eba eye other things that Jomahama eba wo share with this wa ebinie eboni binie ede na Jomahama kan ya opposition a wa share sebio waye say wo se ebo a kokko bi o Facebook o YouTube any TV na ka na Ghana for tie we nyina ye nokre fenchem ye dwudwam ama wo hu nokre no ye ekọ now or say the launch the Black Star Experience Initiative as Ghana's flagship culture, art and tourism brand to transform Ghana into a preferred tourism destination 3 days ago, na John Mahama launched a Black Star experience. How beautiful it looked. You artists and the talented people are in our creative art industry. They who are munyinache, omo dia kumapa ebe support John Mahama. So they need to uplift our creative art, and also tourism attraction around the world. Into right now, no, or shebo say the creative art no onjo omwechi and the menokai or domunyinaba on board. Walanche, it's a program. It has an office. We are now going to find a way to make sure, say, your creative art and your tourism sector, no, it will be uplifted for the world to know, recognize. Say Ghana, no, it's a tourism hub. In the John Mahama Shebo position, and I'm not say, Sa Ebono Washe, Ediso, Asa Lanchi, into the creative arts, also, out of goodwill, no, they are all willing to help this government, this president, to make sure, say, your tourism hub and our industry, no, any creative art industry, no, it will be lifted to that level where they will be paid well, it will be attractive, it will be lucrative, it will bring more investment and more revenue to this country. John Mahama Shebo position, and I'm going to say governance at its best. John Mahama has launched the Black Star experience. Commence investigative process to purge state security agencies of all militia and vigilante elements. Menoka say Jakwa Munyina Ebo Ejuma Oshebo say police, military, any national security, any abai ahobambo agency bia na yede nipa bia kwhyem te say double mu a na omubotuo ayawo so west wagon enkonfo bi ede nyomakata obonima ombeku nipa botuo no John Mahama Shebo position so oba agencies we nyina no obe make sure say ya sanctify ya claim ya make sure say aboni form wo mu nyina ye yi omu nyina fim and I mean kan the Ghana military are doing so, the Navy are doing so, the Ghana police service are doing so, the leadership have been changed and they are making sure the right things are done. Into John Mahama Bo share no position in Ghana. As you can see, he has delivered and he will keep delivering because John Mahama Eshe wo neme bo and John Mahama is doing it. Now, Edia Biem na John Mahama Eshe ho bo wa ya me cheche mu acho. Reopen investigations into major unresolved criminal cases, including the 2020 election killings, Ayawaso West Wagon by election violence, murder of Ahmed Hussein Swale and Silas Ayadie will chami. Now, John Mahama in opposition, or catch Ghana for say, a war, any would be a course swat. Sebio, I was say, Yashishum, Nehu, a woody for Omudisa, would you know? John Mahama Gasa Obedrupe. Obama Attorney General, no, Police CID officer, no, FBI investigations into all these matters. Ahmed Swale, the Amino John Mahama Betna, so in the 90 days now, and or the comma CID say, Omushim, Nanipa or Bo Ahmed Swale Tuno, Yachino, any Nipa or Sumano, any Omobukan from accomplices. Menoka say, Yachinipa, Yachobi de Dia, and the Gina Quarter, Ye Dia Samna, Din Attorney General Ekutim. Sa in Sama Akaswa, a year 2020 election killings, no, Attorney General say, Kratani de Renim, a year ready, Omobaba, a court, na Omwa Omushe, Maya Bo Nipatu, our Techiman South, and a year 2024 elections, no, John Dramani Mahama Shagana for Bosse, ye may be investigations into it. Now you who say, a ding, Nipa Omudi Saboneno, Yachomaso. So these are the things that, as I speak to you, no, John Mahama, a boy or Shagana, no, with di sa a bo nina so. Now, Osa Eshe Ghana Fobobi Odisa Eboniswana. It is this. Or say, initiate a probe into the man-made disaster caused by the VRA spillage from the Akosobo and Kpong Dam that displaced and destroyed the livelihood of thousands of citizens in the Volta, Eastern and Greater Accra region. Now, what can I say MP before Shada could be a year Akosobo Dam no emani ko twifa ahonafo so Eastern region party bi and Sibio Greater Accra. John Mahama say obema omo be investigations into this matter. Menoka say Attorney General be investigations omo hwehwem nipa omo di sa abone no. John Mahama shebo say the first 90 days no be Menoka say John Mahama ye ema investigations no a start into omo di sa abone no. John Mahama ebo a ohye Ghana no sa abone we di so into 120 days 190 days John Mahama deliver about 90% of ebo or Ghana for. Now, over a year point 24, initiate a probe into the initiate immediate steps to compensate the flood victims, including those in OT, Bono East and Savannah regions. Omwa sebio insio efa omwa na aban na ehwehwe han MPP aban ede politics eja omo ma sebio ebimu bre no John Mahama shebo opposition say oba Oma insio fa omo eye flat for omo Oti region for Bono East and Savannah regions no oka say oba immediately obe make sure say ya pesike bi ato a ye de be compensate omo anase ye de be pata omo e wo fa yawa omo femu abra ye bie nsuo no e ma nipa bebre sebio omo hwere omo japade ene omo nkwa John Mahama ba ye no first 90 days John Mahama sa ebo no share no we di so now or say carry out a shake up of all loss making SOEs, that's the state state-owned enterprises and realign them to break even and transition into profit making. John Mahama ka say near was state-owned enterprise a friend SOEs. Sa enterprises nyina sha ban ase. Nanso adwuma no mu di nyina famfa so mra ban. Mo ka say John Mahama ba ban mu no ka say ye wo eye SOEs ana aban agencies bi mo fa sika mba into obegunu no adeden waka bia bom ana so wa merge bi. Send be omodwuma no ebe konkane na ombetumi de den ombetumi de den revenue and I say infaso abafie John Mahama buy in first 90 days no make sure say some agencies we ha okeka mu nyina ebomu e ma ne be one be more efficient inti me no ka say John Mahama and amo na opese otu ema state agencies state owned enterprises etumi abo adwuma de infaso aba no John Mahama buy in the first 90 days no obo say adwuma no e ma me no ka say and the majority of them are effective. That is why you see the dollar going down, you see the economy doing well, you see the government basically at this point trying to pay all our debt gradually. These are some of the things that Abaya Onimyansa or Sheba Odisuno or yeah. Inti John Mahama's first 120 days, he has done more than enough. He has done about 90% of about Oshe Ghana for. And it's Mr. Mekacho said, there's nothing like a perfect government. You are going to have a government, Sebio, everything 100%. But what John Mahama and the NDC are doing, it is over a perfect government in terms of your development in this 4 months, in this 120 days. Juma John Mahama abo. Any dear we need to keep the NDC in power for 42 years and over. It's me mobi antena baby da enkan just say John Mahama 120 days dear no why and then amenya butre edwudwom ama wate ase. Support this government. Government will be mistakes. Young guy diomo. Aban baby be a yempe. And on chess aban and pay asem. Aban bedi no crash there. Yenjintum. Yendi no crunch abano. Yenche tax. Aban so emphasize can MY. And no night. See a young one. SSA ewe abrabum. Inflation a conform. And the employment cost. There are so many avenues. Aban a baby a year from Babunejuma. As we speak, infrastructure is about to start. When say a kwani boy started here in Sawomni ade you could say abano started in the Sakika kwani ye policies aban ka say obeye ni nyina no it's in the line. It is very very important to say we are Ghana near obetia say this government came to serve you. This government came to protect and to serve you as a nation. Do not let anybody lie to you. John Mahama and NDC Abu Ejuma 120 days where you won't be in the history of Ghana, and we will support this government. We will make sure say aban we better swatch it. Aban we aban pa, aban we nimnyansa, aban we kanokre, aban we sebi entry and throw. Into every Ghanaian should understand the first 120 days so me man the percentage are 120%. They have crossed the 100%. Me who be that? I followed politics for a long time. Now the Danko Ekufuado, or better now 7 months. Now the policy back implement here. I'm telling you. Go back and check. But this is just 3 months to 4 months. John Mahama has crossed the 100% mark. He is doing 120%. It shows how ready they are to make sure Obubabua more Ghana for. Inti Ghana for, as time goes on, I'll be coming to make sure say Adia John Mahama biano make you jum pepe emamati asie send the numbre maje penny say mubetie eye asempano. Now let's go to this matter that is making lots and lots of headlines. And before Mekomuno, there are a few things I'm best to be busa abino. Makacha Ghana for say, as I sit here, I don't work for the government. I check the government. The reason why some people don't like me and they say, sometimes in their head, they feel say Kevin Taylor controls the government. No, Kevin Taylor checks the government. And whatever Kevin Taylor talks about is what the people want to be spoken on. And sometimes a man for few say, Kevin is too powerful. It is not because I'm powerful. It is because the people who watch me are powerful. And the government is a listening government. And then I'm arguing yourself, you're powerful because the government knows that majority of the people are listening. And that if they don't listen to the people, they will have a problem. And I am not powerful. The people who are watching me or the people who watch me are powerful. And the government knows the people are powerful. It is all one banya. Sebio otieme. Na say indirectly otieni pana. The government is a listening government. If you're a journalist, a Makacha journalist of Ghana, the job is not difficult. As far as you are going to use the principles to do the job, that's all. Don't make things up. Don't create confusion. Don't make stories out of nothing. Get your facts right. So ukuta facts na ejuma we na fu e Ghana. We say ejuma e fu pa journalism. Because journalism rule ni abakope apply the code. And the code is speak the truth. Do not taint the fact. That's all. upe juma din was asase we so mre ejuma fo asase we so journalism. The only way bet my phone says all kind of cry ejuma na fo. Now so kind of cry, this is the most difficult job because so kind of cry they be about now to ayampia. Now just obi no want tokwa. Now just obi town. Now just say oh kai de o kan enra. Me metena ha. Me enforce mo say me kai de me kan enra because de me kan enra na facts. Into ejuma way technically the amount my platform we are strong and say Abiding recognize the strength of the people. And Abiding knows where the people, their ear is. So when I speak, the government knows the people are speaking through me. So it is not me that is powerful. The people are the ones who are powerful. So if the government is listening to my platform and listening and maybe sometimes listen to the things I say, not because me extraordinary, it is because the government knows the people's ear is here. And if you're a journalist and you want the people's ear to be on your platform, all that you need to do is use the facts. That's all. And you're ding. And you hey, and I wait here, and Ibrahim Hama, and I Dabi, and no, Jimmy. You need to bring the facts and make your case. And then I Ghana form Nimyansan, because say yes, technology, because they'll go and fact check you. I'm going to fact check this one. Technology, I know it will prove say you are telling the gospel truth. And then TTMU, and you're true, and you're monato. Enye sebio bema anase kotitietia nyansa ene ahobrasie ene nokre. The platform belongs to the people. The eye of the people or the ears of the people no ewaha. That is why sometimes more Ghana, some of you feel say I control government. Me metia me to abai kraman to be. Me president onyama damfo. Me mo abai na mo chichire ono enye na me chichire. My job here is to check the government. If you are a smart government, you look out for platforms that the people's ear. That is where you, the government. So you're smart, now you're intelligent, now you're listening. That is where you listen. And anytime some of you think say, I control the government, I don't. The people who listen to me, they control the government.
Yedi akodi dwa anka Friday enwumre ene yenya letter anka Tuesday chena ye kono aduane ketua bia ni Ghana ha no mo a saa de obeka so oni dwa ene na aduane no wono a obeno anko ade a wadi.
You see, when you listen to them, the their posture, the arrogance, the disrespect. Matumani echia besima hem afa VIP abankran na moba no mamuta se nkran na moba my den matutu aduane eguo enti ye den ye metua muka na keje tia de so de sima anse den mo fa ngogum koton mo de MPP ahye moni ase na mo de tia santime buri kan kwase asem aduane na mo nua na mo to na mo de bopreman mo mfie bebe amodui mo de bidia fa boni ache ahye eye Yugoslavia for space abegina se mo pede an yakodi dwa na kenye tia de so de ne ton wo makodi dwa mo nkoto table nkan na mo nkoton on posture body language mahama ye hwe kunafo ye single mothers ya buruma ha mu na me wo bi o ya single mother ntidi brabro chebe ha single mothers de omo ye ejuma amanfo ye na ya single mother na kodi dwa eguda mo ye den inti mahama nye den onja de oye na gender minister so nja de oye na de wo akodi dwa beguo aduane amoye ne yenhu aduane amoye party edidi mutrim aja mekupa so ode eye sentuntum bi na etwi de nimo waso akoto space wo eye ketia ebonanim aden a ye ne enu aduane ye ka se mo kofa mo certification bra munya beton wurem certificate kura kire se wo se mo nu aduane munya beton wurem mo de party enkwasia party sam baby mama association for VIP efri Kumasi mo fri Nicaragua mo anje visa mo beduru nkran o be kire wo ho na ye ni ye hwe kunafo onkwa na hwe kunafo Ghana wonkwa na we baby mama wonkwa na baby afa no wawo a wogya wo ho masa mo asempepe bia mo nka nkire mo ho mato aduane agudam a mo nkoto table nka nko hyehye keje tia space wo ho ye di sika we ma mo ye di aduane contract ma mo ekutia ne nkwasiade na mo de ye mo so ya na mo de twantoma bag akese e na atani akese ye ne yenya de hye ne yegimi ne atam sika ma ho na de hye de weduane akadema o hawo de sen nya wotre yɛbɛsa abodwa na nsen a amanfo bɛba aseɛ hyehyɛ table wobɛtumi atɔn akɔsidaa week 2 weeks bi edi akɔsidaa monya abotrɛ montwɛn yɛbɛdi afahyɛ na nsen a mommobɔ table ntɔn monkɔka nkyerɛ bo bank ne sɛ deɛ na mode aduane ne kɔyɛrɛ ɛnya mba so enti mo ne ɔmo ntena se na mo renegotiate obi ambɔ mo ka motumi haha mo ni twa torɔ motumi haha mo ni na mo twa torɔ na mo tim maame panyin toto wodi bidia for w'anim afiri left to south abegyina hɔ ɛna mahama no ɛna an yɛba gender minister hɔ woni mɛkwan yɛfa so kɔ gender minister hɔ obiara ngi sika bi obiara mo sika bi a mo pa mo nkoku mo ho mo pa mo nkɔ wura mo dross nkɔ yɛ campaign ma MPP ɛmfo bia ho mo MPP fo yɛ ni mo ɛde nkwasi ade na mo fa school feed na anyɛ nkɔra ti school no mo nya aduane ndi mo so na mayɛ mutuo na mo de nkwan asa ho ɛde sɛ mmoa na mo de ama mo adi ɛne de mo refi nkwasi ade a mo tena Ghana yɛyɛ mo ti asantime mu hɔ ɛyɛ MPP fo ne ama yɛ contract. The contract has been terminated. Mo fili amon court. Mo kunuma kromfo, mo party executives are kromfo. Mo nim anything about cooking food. Ni atameduane amamo. Last me catch the NDC aban. Obi aboga beba. Sa NDC mana omo ye nkwasi adwuma ma boga saba town no. E wo sa NDC bana enso edi boga seduane ni bi. Enti sa contract ne be ma NDC for ma. Omo de ma NDC for ma aban ni be ko omo ho. Emre to say obeto aba to tia NDC enfo bia ho because NDC for ma so enipa masora no pa tutu 22 wosin etwi woni makeup abegina ho abobodis una ofri Nicaragua entinka ka asare anyina ko tete table ase say duane gudam akoto table ka ho because the man of good keje tia ton nyama no won chen omo mo nya papa nchen omo ye ma me no omo gudua omo gu ewiase no omo ton ade no a omo koba no mo nchen omo party ena do kromo mon fa ba sam sankom krom ye ba mahama ho ye ba gender minister ho ye te kroma na Ashanti regional minister odi matem se moa obi antuma so yankasa ye ntia Ashanti regional minister de nim se kokuo otena Ashanti region edi matem mukọ ne office ogina astro tuntosuo gumu so ene de ba hu matam bi de atwumanim abegina nkran onye se nkran edi agro ha epo da ha o what epo what ship abenda unti bi da it would need to be assassinated so a was so tear. Monshad to shape a bender. Sank what to shape a bender and come begin a cram a ye free Nicaragua and a Diani good dem. Nediani good dem are there and you did yedi. A Diani good dema and you tell when I talk on what on. Say I called you loan Papa Bang. Party for Mama MPP did him trim ye Diana Mama Muntmin yet. Major Pakistan for space abegina ho and mufri Kumasi Moshe space free Kumasi abedru enkran mufri Nicaragua moti VIP musha space abedru enkran o hwehwe hwan na woni eye gender minister nye appointment o yi say enkran e de se keyetia ubowure ma na okoto nam na wokọ e wo se wo ye the appointment sa na enkran tie enkran edi nkan frɛ na ya den ya appointment ansa ne aba minister ho enye yi ase ne yekọ enyen san ne yekobo ne abegina be yi ho ene ye nuanie ene wonimi ye de a ye de ade hye ene ye ne ene ekuta nse 5000 san kwase ade ne enye ne nkran so person ko hu minister won kran di nkan frɛ minister na ka chen se ada se ye beba ye be che space aba enti aya ye srew time wom won sori deche embo size 98 bodies begina ho ene ye duane akadem won kwa na hwe janka mo san ko mu krom